So the thing about when you jump on this personal healing, personal development journey, it's important for you to ask yourself, who am I? Ask yourself who you are. Who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you're doing here? And that's looking at things like, what are your values? Like, what are your values? What do you stand for? What do you care about? What are those things that just grinds your gears and you just know that you need to defend it? What are the causes in the world that you're drawn to? What are those things? What is that thing that you're drawn to when you're like, yeah, I need to speak about this, or that's something I need to be involved in, that's something that I want to be doing with my life? Like, what are your non-negotiables? What is your reason? Like, what's your reason for living? When you wake up in the morning, what's the one thing that keeps you going? Like, you might say, oh, my family keep me going, my children keep me going, friends keep me going, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Because what if your family are not around? What if your friends are not around? What if you find yourself in a completely different country, away from the people you love? What will keep you going then? You need to find that thing that lights up that fire inside of your belly. What's that thing that keeps you going? It's got to be more than others. It's got to be more than the things outside of yourself. It's got to be something that's inside of you. What is it? What are those things? You really need to go within yourself and ask yourself some important questions. And what's your purpose? What is your purpose? What are you here to do on this earth? What are you here to do? Who are you here to serve? Who are you here to walk beside? Who are you here to advocate for, if you're here to advocate for anybody? Who are you here to speak for, to speak against? What are your passions? What are the things that you're passionate about? You really need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself these questions, like, what am I passionate about? What am I passionate about? What are those things that if I don't do it, I won't feel okay? If I don't do it, I will get sad, I'll get depressed. What are those things? Sometimes you need to put pen to paper, and I speak about pen to paper all the time. Put pen to paper, and I put pen to paper all the time. Whether it's an idea, whether it's a project I'm running, whether it's, I'm old school, so there's times where I'll utilize my iPad, but mainly I'm using that pen and paper because I need to put pen to paper, because things that are in my head need to come out of my head and go on paper, because I need to see it. I need to see it. I need to see it. They say seeing is believing. Sometimes things don't feel real until I see them on paper. Sometimes I don't like certain ideas. I can have an idea, but execution takes place once you've planned. You need to plan. What are you doing with your life? What do you want to do with your life? What are those desires that come up for you? Who are you? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Because I bet you any money that if you knew who you were, you wouldn't walk in the way that you walk. You wouldn't even go to certain places. You wouldn't go to certain places. You wouldn't allow people to speak to you anyhow. You wouldn't dress anyhow. You wouldn't do things that will hinder the very precious being that you are. How do you exercise self-respect? How do you exercise your self-value? How do you exercise your boundaries? Do you have any boundaries? Because a lot of the times, boundaries are only really set when you know who you are. Like, someone gave me an analogy the other day where they were like, have you noticed that when you go to a shop, for example, TK Maxx, I shop at TK Maxx a lot. There's a difference between the way the cheaper things are secured to how higher priced products are secured. It's different. Like even the alarm system is different. So when you know you are higher in value, when you know that you are someone of high value, you know who you are. You know who you are. You're not going to negotiate. You're not negotiating on how people treat you, on how people speak to you, on how you conduct your life. You're not negotiating. And you set boundaries, you put perimeters, you put things around you. You're not the digga low price stuff. So the boundaries that you will set is a lot different. You can't just go anywhere and just do anything. Oh yeah, that's where everyone's going. Yeah, that's what everyone's doing. You're not everybody. You're not everybody. You're you. You're unique. When you find out who you are, when you find your value, when you find out who you really are, things will shift. Things will shift. You won't just go anywhere. You won't just dress anyhow. You won't. You won't. You won't. So ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? And what am I doing here? You weren't just born to just wake up, do your 9 to 5. After 9 to 5, you go home, you cook your dinner, you eat, you watch your Love Island, you go to bed. No! There's more to life. There's more to your life than just that. There has to be. But you need to find it. And the only way you can find it is by asking certain questions to yourself. No one else can give you the answers. No one else can give you the answers. What is your why? Why do you do certain things? Why do you do what you do? Oh, I do it for my family. Oh, I do it for my friends. But for yourself, like, I'm talking about, I'm not talking about like, oh, why do you go to work? Oh, because I got to pay my bills. Duh. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the extracurriculum activities. I'm talking about the things that you're passionate about. Why do you go to, I don't know, like, why do you go to church, for example? Is that because you go because your family go, or is it because you have a relationship with God, or is it because, like, you need to know why you do things? Why do you go to the mosque? Why do you go to the synagogue? Why do you do what you do? Why do you go feed the homeless? Is it something that pulls you towards that? Is there something that leads that could, asking those questions, that could lead to you potentially opening organizations, charities, and things like that? That's how it happens. But you need to ask the right questions, because if you're not asking the right questions, you're not going to get to the bottom of things. You're not going to know anything. You're just going to continue to live life like as a zombie, just like the others. Not everyone is conscious. Not everyone. You've got people who are alive, but not everyone is living. Yes, people are alive. Yes, their heartbeat is palpitating, but they're not living. A lot of people don't know who they are. A lot of people don't know why they do what they do. Try to find out for yourself. Meditate, pray. I don't know what you do. Go on a trip. You might go on a trip that might just change your life. I've heard people say, oh my gosh, I went on this trip solo and it changed my life. Oh, I went here and I went there, or I did this and I did that. Do the things that your intuition, I talk about intuition all the time. Listen to your intuition. Where is it leading you? Do you find yourself constantly thinking about something? Thinking about going somewhere, thinking about doing something? Go to that place. You don't know what's there. You don't know what's there. It might be your life partner. It might be someone that's going to completely change your life. It might be an opportunity. It might be an experience that will change the whole trajectory of your life. For me personally, I say it happened by accident. But when I got shipped back to Angola, if you haven't seen my video on getting shipped back to Angola, this one here, being young, yeah, being a teenager, for me, it was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. And I killed my mom. For me, it was just like, this is the worst thing ever. I stand here as a grown-ass woman and I'm like, I thank God that happened to me. I thank God, because that didn't happen to me. It happened for me. Stop shooing away the life challenges that you have, because those things may just be molding you and preparing you for where you need to go and where you need to be. I'm talking about purpose. I'm talking about having a life of meaning, and not just waking up every day. You go to sleep, you close your eyes, you wake up, that's it. And you go to work and whatever, Bob's your uncle. No, there's more to this life. There's more to this life. You just need to go and figure it out. And how do you figure it out? Listen, you're constantly being spoken to, communicated to. You just need to listen. You just need to listen. There's a voice inside of you talking to you. And it communicates with all of us in a different way. You might be hearing, go to Thailand. You might be hearing, go to wherever you need to go, Australia. I don't know where you're going. I don't know. It doesn't even have to be out of the country. It might just be leave your job. And you're thinking, what? Ask questions back when you get that question, leave your job. Question it. Why? How will I pay my bills? And things will unfold. A way will just be made for you. That's how I live my life. Like, things are just, what? I'm so, like, I want to say I'm delulu, but I know it's not delusion. It's crazy faith. I'm a believer. I'm a child of God. So I know that I'm always provided for. So when I hear leave your job, it's like, okay, God, well, I got bills, right? I got bills, right? And you need to really focus on who you think you are. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, and who put those thoughts there? Who shaped those thoughts on who you think you are? And write all of them down. Write down who you think you are. And then as you go on your discovery journey, you will start to discover who you really are. And you're going to say, damn, I was lied to. I was lied to. Nobody ever told me this. I was lied to. Nobody ever told me this. Nobody ever told me that I was this talented. Nobody ever told me I was this smart. I was this intellectual. They don't want to tell you. They don't want to tell you how talented you are. They don't want to tell you how great you are. Because they don't want you. They don't want you to be great. They don't want you to be great. But you need to be team you. You need to get on board. Get on board. Get the ball rolling. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. We don't have time. We don't have time to sit down and just letting life pass us by. No way. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Not on my watch. So let's go. Start the healing journey. Start the healing journey, but it starts with you asking yourself these simple questions. Who am I? What's my value? What are my non-negotiables? What am I doing here? What are my gifts and my talents? What are the things? What do I think about myself? Who do I think I am, and who am I? You're not, just because you're asking today, you're not going to figure it out today. You might do. Lucky you if you do. But some of us, it takes bloody long. It does. It's taken me so long to figure out who the heck am I? What am I doing here? It's taken time. Healing takes time. Development takes time. To really refine the gifts and the skills that you have takes time. It's not an overnight thing. It's really not. And if it is like that for you, good for you. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.